This is the Question of the Day Exam Edition, and it has been brought to you by Limitless Learning TT, where it's all about learning on the go. Today's question comes from the 2017 SCA examination, the math portion, section 3. The question says, 5 runners competed in a race on sports day. The table below shows the times recorded for 4 runners. The first part of the question asks to calculate the average running time for the 4 given runners. Now we know average can be found by the sum of the time or scores that we have divided by the number of scores. So average or mean is going to be the sum of the scores we have, which is 16.5, 17.8, 16.9, and 16.8. So we're going to add those up first. 16.5 plus 17.8 plus 16.9 plus 16.8, and then to find the average we divide by the total number of scores, or the total number of recordings that we have, which is 4. So for this examination, we want to show all our working in the working column. So we add 16.5, 17.8, 16.9, and 16.8. We're going to start off with our tenths column, which is the rightmost column. We're adding these 4 numbers together. So 5 plus 8 plus 9 plus 8, that's going to give us 30. So we put the 0 here. And we have 3, it gives us 30. So we put in the 0. We're going to add this 3 to our ones column. So we move over to the next column. We place our decimal sign. We move over to the next column. 6 plus 7 plus 6 plus 6 plus this 3 here is going to give us 28. So we now have 28. We put the 8 in this column. And this 2, we're going to add it to our tens column. So we go over to tens column now. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3, plus 4, plus 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So that's 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 gives us 6. So here we put 68. So on top here, we've now gotten 68, and we have to divide 68 by 4. Again, because this is the SCA examination and calculators are not allowed, you're going to do all of this working and show it in your working column. So we have 68 divided by 4. So we do 4 into 6 is 1, remainder 2, and 4 into 28 gives us 7. So our mean, which is 68 divided by 4, gives us 17. This is our answer. So the mean will be 17 seconds. That's part A. Let's move on to part B. So I'm going to take off what we just did so that we can make some space. Now I just want to remind you, when we added these 4 numbers, we got 68. Just in case we need to use that again. Part B, Javed won the race by 0.3 seconds. What was his winning time? So he won the race. If he won the race, that means he would have completed it in the shortest time. So that means that Javed's time has to be the least number, right, out of these 4 numbers that were given, and he won it by 0.3 seconds. So whoever came in second place or currently has the lowest time, Javed would have gotten 3 seconds less than that. So the smallest time that we have recorded is 16.5 seconds. So if Javed won the race, he is going to have a smaller time, and his smaller time is going to be by 0.3 seconds. So to find Javed's time, we're going to use the current smallest time, which is 16.5 seconds, and we're going to take away 0.3 seconds from it. 5 minus 3 is 2. We put our decimal point. 6 minus 0 is 6. 1 minus nothing is 1. So Javid would have won the race. His winning time would be 16.2 seconds. And part 3. The winning time in last year's race was 16.3 seconds. What is the least amount of time by which Mark must improve to beat last year's winning time? So last year's winning time. So last year, the winning time was 16.3 seconds. Mark currently has 17.8 seconds, right? This is Mark right under here. So in order for Mark to beat last year's winning time, he has to get smaller than 16.3 seconds. So Mark has to get 16.2 seconds in order to beat last year's score. So the difference between 17.8 and 16.2 will be the least amount of time by which Mark must improve to beat last year's winning time. So we do 17.8 minus 16.2. 8 minus 2 is going to give us 6. We put back our decimal point. 7 minus 6 is going to be 1. 1 minus 1 is going to be 0. So we're left with 1.6 seconds. So Mark has to get at least 1.6 seconds in order to beat last year's score or winning time. So that brings us to the end of this question. Once again, this has been the Question of the Day Exam Edition, brought to you by Limitless Learning TT. For more information on the services we offer, you can check out our website, that's limitlesslearningtt.com, or you can send us an email at info@limitlesslearningtt.com.